Hi guys, this is a very quick screen capture that will help you to understand how you go about starting our Viva assignment. First of all, on Edmodo there is a link to a tiny URL which is our Year 12 Viva 365 OneNote. When you click on that, it will take you to OneNote Online. As all of you don't have 365 logins, you are all as guest contributors, what they call it, which is the reason why when you look down here and find your name, anyone will be able to see this work that you've been doing, and anyone is able to delete things. If you would like to edit anything in this 365, which obviously you all have to do, you have to click Edit in Browser. So, let's start with how do we go about starting. First, consider the topic, music of the 20th and 21st centuries. That is what we're focusing on. Your focus topic for the Viva needs to be based on this. Second, what is your passion in music? What are you actually interested in? And does this relate to or fit into our overarching topics? I just lost the screen. Hang on a sec. Brainstorm topic ideas and have a conversation with someone about something. Most of you have had a chat with myself or Mr. Johnston and up to the stage where you're completing these last few points. So once you have done this, and this is probably the hardest thing to do to actually figure out what your focus topic is, you can start working. You need to research either the style, the artist, whatever. Ideas for focus topics include these things here. We've already discussed these in class. As it says here, something you're passionate about. It only needs to reflect the topic, and you can take inspiration from any artist or genre from this. Lots of you are deciding to do a comparison question. For example, contrast and comparison between these two artists and this song. Some of you are choosing to focus on a particular person, for example, the expressive techniques used by someone. When you have figured out the musical style that you'll be looking at, you need to sort out what are the characteristics of that style, because I can guarantee you'll be asked that question. Some other things you might like to think about: are there any musical influences of the artist or style? Who knows? Okay, once you've got that, you'll go about then doing a concept analysis on a piece or two pieces or a couple of pieces, whatever. This is not a matter of doing a whole bunch of concepts and analyses and then that's it, you hand that in. You do the concept analysis so that you've got something to talk about in your 10-minute Viva. This is a sample concept table and what the concepts mean. You've all done this. We did this in year 11. So the first thing I would do is go about copying this concept table and putting it under your name. So let's decide Scripalo Practice Viva, paste it here. So as you could see, some people have chosen to have a look at the concept table that we did at the start of the year. And I'm just going to use Aaron's as an example. This is the one where you have both listening observations about the concepts and you include musical examples as well. So if I copy and paste that up here, then that's a really good one too. So you will say my listening observations are like time, signature 4/4, heavy beat, and then my musical examples, beat of drum comes in at 1 minute 20. Okay, so that's just an example of how you would use that one. All right, but before we do that, we haven't even decided on topic. So for today's purposes, I am going to do a topic on contrast and comparison between something, and the piece that I've chosen to do is going to be two different styles that I'm interested in, because why would I bother doing a Viva if I'm not actually interested in something? And I'm going to do the song Umbrella. I don't know how you spell it. And Thirsty Merc. So now that I've got those two songs, I need to get them somehow. If you've got them on your phone, that's great. You can start listening to them just to get yourself familiar. If you don't, we're going to do the illegal version of getting a song. Which is this.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Alright, for some reason it's blocked, I don't know why, but that is the illegal way that I would get a song illegally downloaded, or if you've got access to YouTube, which obviously you all do, you can listen to it on here and do a concept table. So this is the first version. The second version is obviously the Rihanna version, which I'm going to get as well. If I go back to Year 12 Music Viva and I look at my tips and tricks, how do I go about starting? Okay guys, then really what I need to do is start researching, and I'll be doing this and I'll be looking at some things, I'll be googling some things, I'll be listening widely to different pieces that Thirsty Merc have done and also Rihanna's pieces, and going from there. The reason I've chosen this piece, and if I'm asked this question in my Viva, I'll be answering it, is because I'm interested in jazz music and I'm interested in how different pop songs can be transformed into a different style, and I think that that's a really unique sort of way to treat music these days. Once I've done my concept analysis on two pieces, then I'm going to be starting to look at the marking criteria to make sure that I'm demonstrating all of those things. The reason these words musicological background is here, and remember I copied this from Aaron, is because in our assessment task that is one of the main features. So this is the actual task, the criteria is just here. Discussion has a clear and consistent musicological focus, demonstrates a perceptive understanding of chosen topic, high-level oral awareness and understanding of musical concepts and their relationship to the chosen topic, supports discussion with relevant music examples. Once you're up to this stage, then we can start talking about how to get musical examples and how to make sure you're demonstrating these things in an A box.